The main purpose of the project is to create a framework of international offices in schools for teachers and students throughout Europe.
So why internationalization? First, because we exchange ideas between teachers to get new teaching strategies built in most subjects. It means that sometimes we have the same curricula, sometimes we don't.
We understood that international office is an office where projects of international scope are selected, disseminated, and created. So I think, and we thought about a small multidisciplinary team of 4 or 5 people who can be a steady team, a fixed one, not just teachers, but from other fields of expertise.
And all the students from different countries, they have a day. It was the cooking day, and they share the food from other countries. And for us, it's not only the intercultural education, but when we share sometimes, for example, we have the the codfish, bacalhau. When we share some types of food with other people from other countries, this is a great way to be. We write this to win the heart and call attention to cultural tradition.
Started with national challenges in each country, where teams from schools had to compete first at national level and then at international level, building aeronautics, building planes using knowledge from mathematics, from engineering, from mechanics. It was really interesting. There were several teams from the Portuguese school participating at national level. And then the team that won the national competition went with teachers from that school to participate in the international challenge that took place in Poland. It was really interesting. Finally, we also have the present project, INTOS. It is also a transnational project involving partners from Portugal, Czech Republic, and Italy, namely schools again. And the main aim is to create tools that allow the implementation of, that promote the implementation of international mobility offices in primary and secondary schools. Some of the activities that are being developed in the scope of this project are a curriculum analysis tool, an online platform where the international coordinators can then contact each other, create mobility agenda for their schools, and a guide on how to implement international mobility in a school. So
I'm going to talk to you about a little bit of how the future program looks like a little bit. I cannot go into a lot of details.
Believe as a virtual mobility program, or as we call it, an internationalization at home project. What is
the title of our project?
Develop communication skills.
Is that enough? Is it satisfactory as a title? So what is the goal? Let's go with the goal first.
That could be the goal.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Goal?
Oh, I mean, the title should be more poetic, like into.
Yeah, it will come.
Get into a digital world or something like that.
We will think about it. So what is the main goal?
Into digital future.
Yes.
Yes.
Or booming into digital future.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Can be. Mhm. The goal of global education is to stimulate and motivate pupils to reflect on global problems, teach them to accept differences and life diversity, and create conditions for solidarity and reciprocity through innovative teaching. Next step is preparing the new project. Again, you need to exactly know who will be involved, what will be the function or role or status of the people in your project, because listing the names is not enough. You have to have some physical resources involved. If you need a computers, if you need a room for the people to work somewhere and stuff like that. You also need some pedagogical rationale, of which I will talk a bit later.
Started talking about the topic that we were working on yesterday, and we started from the reality. So the starting point to identify that idea that was food, and it was also related to health and to sustainability. I can say that word. So the starting point was to identify an issue or problem in our pupils population, but also in general in our country, in order to mitigate it.
So now we are getting to the topic-based crossing points. You need to compare something in order to find some crossing points. So imagine that you have a list of topics from your subjects. For example, mathematics. So what you can compare is the topics according to the level of education, because we have lower secondary level of education, upper secondary level of education, and there are certain grades or study years. Again, here it is very important to remember that the terminology may
we focused on some more general methodology and general aspect of the process itself. But I have to say that the pillars, the most important aspect of a practical project as the one we are proposing consist in the learning by doing and learning through experience of the students.
The 21st century skills of creativity, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration are all of them skills that are presented in STEM and are, in fact, like they should, transversal.
when you have to make all these different kind of subjects speaking together, of course, you have to develop creativity, you have to develop critical thinking and communication skills, and of course, last but not the least, collaboration. So also you have to increase your adaptability, because you have to face with different personality, you're faced with different behaviors, different attitudes. So it is not hard, okay?
Our aim is the one that we wrote here at the beginning, so to develop the awareness for healthy food and also the way that it is grown. And so this is the big aim, and the output, the result, it is to create a way to use our pupils' ideas in order to create a way to disseminate these new practices, good practices that they are going to develop during the project. So they are the author of this project. They have to develop knowledge about food, about biomolecules, about healthy food, and also about agriculture, specifically about the local agriculture, so their specific area, and then they are going, of course, to exchange their knowledge. And at the end, they have to invent a way to disseminate to other teenagers, other students in their schools or in other schools, to create a way to disseminate these good practices. We don't know which way they are going to.
So we decided that our coordinator to this project should be very good in ICT skills, since we are developing ICT skills in the two generations. An expert in histories should be very useful as well, because we are dealing with history events and we have to be very accurate. He should be also a good managerial skills, a good leader, good knowledge of the English language. Since we are producing a document, it should be also very correct.